Discovering that Edgar had somehow wedged himself into my tiny vanity drawer was alarming. I mean, this thing had like 3 to 3.5 inches of head space. Realizing I now had to get him back out was much worse. I tried opening the drawer, but he was wedged in so tightly it would not budge. I tried reaching in from the back at some absolutely ridiculous angle, but I couldn't get my own arm in far enough to reach him. At that point, we were starting to think we might actually have to dismantle the vanity to retrieve a kitten who had been home less than an hour. So, I did what any reasonable person would do. I used bait. I took a pinch of his food and held it near the front of the drawer so he could smell it. He moved. Then I went around to the back where he had gotten in and let him smell it again. He moved some more. Little by little, the lure worked. Food, as it turns out, is a very powerful motivator for Edgar. It was midnight by the time we got him out. By then, only my husband and I were in the room, so everything was quiet and calm and a lot less intimidating for him. Once Edgar was free, he ate a little, he looked around, and then immediately began wreaking havoc on all the many, many toys I had accumulated for his arrival. He attacked corks, catnip mice, my hands, my feet, those little jingly balls. If it moved, he was interested. If it didn't, he was willing to see what could be done about that, and it became clear very quickly that Edgar was not going to be Mr. Darcy. Mr. Darcy had been about 9 months old when I got him. He still had some kitten left in him, but by then he was a little more refined. He was still curious and playful and very dignified, but he was not trying to sink his claws into every moving object like a psychopath. Edgar, on the other hand, was younger, wilder, and considerably less polished. They both have charm. Edgar just preferred to deploy his by stealth. The next morning, I woke up early. I sat on the floor with my special Edgar blanket, which was actually one of those kitten pocket hoodies that my mom had given me. I spread it across my lap. He climbed right into it. Then he started purring. Not casually. He purred up a storm, living up to his title of being a purr bug. And just like that, he pierced my heart and enchanted my soul. That was really it. He may have arrived as a tiny cocoa-colored menace with drawer-based ambitions and weapons on all 4 feet. But by the second morning, he had already found his way into my lap and straight through my defenses. And by day 2, I found him curled up asleep on the toilet, like a tiny goblin prince who had chosen porcelain as his throne. Which should have told me exactly what kind of cat I was dealing with, but I wouldn't have cared anyway, because sometimes love comes in the form of a fluffy, pot-bellied kitten with sharp teeth and claws.